Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard that tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back, legally, on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. So there's this gamer, he was streaming online when his young child said one of its earliest words. Now, he had to play it back because online comments said the kid actually called him a loser. Nice. And he even slows it down and finds it pretty funny. Here he is checking it all out.
I don't get this. She did not say loser.
You are so talkative, huh? You got a lot to say.
Yeah, I think she's saying loser.
Yeah, sounds like it to me. Is that the moment, the rock bottom moment when you realize I'm playing so many damn video games that my child has even figured out that I'm a loser?
Yeah, and I think I remember I played a lot of video games, especially with Joey around.
Did Joey call you a loser?
It's just if that would have been his first words, my wife would have been like, okay, the games are done. We're getting rid of the computer. You're no longer doing this.
Did you remember, so I'm not, we don't know what Tatum's first, if she's had her first word or not. I mean, she says bubby, she says mom, she says dad. I don't know which one came first. At one point they sounded like sounds. And I don't know if she knows that she but we are now fully aware that she knows that Lulu, our dog's nickname, is Bubby.
Okay.
She sees Lulu and she starts yelling Bubby. She sees a dog on TV, she starts yelling Bubby. It's pretty damn funny.
Okay.
And we're pretty sure she's figured out how to say please, but she doesn't know how to use the word L, or the letter L. I clearly don't either. And so she just goes, peas. So whenever she wants more food, she just says that. And it's like, she's got her dad's appetite, though, because she won't stop saying it and she won't stop eating. It's awesome.
And it's not just peas themselves.
No. It's like we had pizza yesterday, and she ate pizza as well. It's like,
really? So she's into the solid stuff.
Oh, yeah. We cut it
nice.
up real small because we're super paranoid. But, my wife gets a vegan-style pizza, and so she'll, cut it up, and she just devours it. I think she had, 3 slices last night.
Whoa!
They're, not huge slices, but they're little ones. Yeah.
Oh, good for her.
I know.
Nice. Well, she's a growing kid.
Yeah.
She needs her food, man. Those are the best times. You can eat what you want.
Yeah, zero care in the world.
Yeah, eat what you want. Your body's metabolism is just burning off everything. It's so awesome.
I know. I was like, I bet she's got my metabolism where, up until 25, nothing will put a pound on you, and then 25, it just all hits.
Yes.
And I'm going to be at some point, I'm going to have to show her a picture of me. This is your father before metabolism got weird, and this is him after.
Dude, it's a rude awakening that you can just eat what you want. And for me, I just loved food. And like you said, all of a sudden, the body's like, dude, we can't burn this off anymore. Mm-hmm. You're not doing enough.
Yeah.
Oh, really? All right.
And it's hard because then you've been conditioned for 20 years to eat like a damn slob. Yeah. And now all of a sudden it's showing. Thanks, body.
Yeah, I know. It'd be nice to get a memo or something. It's just it felt like it was just like that for me.
Yep. Yeah. Likewise.
So we get this TikTok user. Her name is Kate. And of course, as you heard earlier, everybody in the show just loves TikTok. So
and by everyone, I think you mean no one.
Nobody. I know.
I have it, but I begrudgingly look at it from time to time.
My name is Vicky, and I'm addicted to TikTok.
Oh, you're really into it now. Huh?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Rev, and I'm also addicted to TikTok.
That's all we send each other all day is TikTok videos.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you guys have a TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have like 2 videos.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have a couple. It's just me doing what everyone else is doing. It's nothing special.
Oh, you're just trying to jump on those trends, huh?
Right. Trying to get, noticed. I'm not.
I have one, but I've only done one video. And it was my, pop punk little transformation video. And then I was like, that's good for the year. And maybe next year.
Yeah, I put effort into making one video, and I realized this is just more work than I really want to put into something that I really... So now I just post randomly. I'll put a dumb video where it's of my baby, and that's it.
Yeah, that's the kind of content I'm there for.
Okay, good.
Right?
Then follow me on there, wherever it is.
It's so bizarre that TikTok took off and Vine did not.
It is funny how what is popular, because you can't predict it. I remember just thinking about that. Remember when it was Echo was supposed to be the social media one that was going to change the game, and we all got Echo accounts, and we're waiting, we're ahead of the curve, man. And I don't think that thing ever did anything.
No. Yeah. So
now the new one's Chatbox.
Oh, there's a new one?
Another one?
Where it's from what I heard, if my buddy described it correctly, it's basically like a party line. You go on there.
Clubhouse.
That's what it is.
Oh, I know that one. Somebody just asked me to join that.
Is that the same? I thought it was called Chatbox, but maybe it's called Club. I don't know.
It might be the same. I got an invite from some radio friends.
Yeah,
that were you need to have an invite to get into the Clubhouse. And then
it's like Gmail all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's and it's all audio based.
Okay, then it is that. So you start talking, and then you can let anyone join in on the discussion, and it becomes this giant party line.
Oh, okay.
So it's for people who don't want to text, and you want to go back to the old days where you talked on a phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the thing.
All right. So that's Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of businesses are using it because then you could have a tutorial, someone could talk about something and then people can learn about the product that way.
All right.
And you could ask questions and I don't know,
and people don't like video. I mean, that's the thing. People don't want to have to get dressed up at all or even be seen.
Yeah. This is no text, no pictures, no video. It's just audio.
Yeah. All right.
You know that the porn community is going to jump in on this.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's going to be back to the old days, like a 900 line?
That's what it feels like. It feels like a party line. Remember when you were a kid? Call 1-900-PARTY TIME, and you could talk to other people that don't have anyone to talk to.
And then your parents get the bill, and you get in trouble.
Right, and then you'll never get to talk to anyone again.
Mm-hmm. It's a fun time.
So it's called Clubhouse.
Yeah. Well, we got Kate over here on TikTok who posted a very stream of consciousness recount of the time that she was accidentally included on a text chain with a bunch of high schoolers planning their prom.
A few years ago, I got added to a text thread of a group of high school students who were planning their prom day together, and I knew that I should have texted them back and said, hey guys, sorry, wrong number. But also they were so entertaining, and I couldn't afford Netflix at the time, so I just stayed on the thread. Because what was happening was Brandon didn't want to help pay for the limo, and Kelly said, tough nuts, you already committed to helping pay for the limo. And he said, but I just quit my job. And she was like, well, I already put down the deposit on the limo, so you better find a way to Venmo me. And he said, I told you I don't have the money. And she was like, better ask your rich daddy then. And I was like, damn, Kelly.
That is, I have to say, it is pretty entertaining. If you are just accidentally in this, I can see why she stayed.
Yeah, I gotta imagine teen drama is probably pretty entertaining on the text line.
And so, Kate, though, unfortunately, didn't get to be a bystander for that long. She was discovered.
And then Tanisha and Jason broke up a week before prom, and we all were like, oh no, how is this going to affect our group dynamic? And then they got back together 3 days before, and we were so happy for them. But then it all got ruined because Tanisha texted us the day before prom, and she was like, hey, can somebody text Eric and make sure that he gets to the docks at this address at this time tomorrow, because he doesn't seem to be getting these messages for some reason. And the thread went silent, and I wanted to show up to the docks in a formal gown, but I was scared of Kelly.
Kelly,
I don't blame
terrifying.
you. I don't blame you. So she got the text that Eric was supposed to get. Aha!
So going back to this Clubhouse thing, apparently it's really hard to even get an invite. They're like, good luck. In order to get on Clubhouse, you have to be invited by someone.
Yeah, you do.
So why don't you invite us there, Dan?
Because you only have 2 invites, and I still have them, so I can send them to you right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a lot of
invite
pressure.
Steve and invite somebody else. That's fine.
You don't want to be invited? You want to join the clubhouse?
I don't need this. I saw the radio people asking, "Hey, be in here," and I'm like, yeah.
The higher ups of our company were like to it and talking about how we could use it to and make us sound amazing. And I was like, I don't even know what this is.
So you know what? If the higher ups think it's a good idea, it's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, it says you could jump in and out of different chats or different subjects and something. It's like a live, free-flowing podcast. You just simply listen or choose to throw in your thoughts. Imagine a cocktail party or a clubhouse. Vogue describes this app as a dizzying bringing together of live podcast-style conversations, panel discussions, and networking opportunities, BJ.
Oh, the networking opportunities. Ah.
So it's like you could almost like moderate or like be a part of a panel, like radio conventions, but you have an endless amount of people that could listen and chime in whenever they want.
Okay. Well, that's just...
it just sounds chaotic to me.
It does. It sounds like a lot of voices.
Like, I hope you can mute people, because if someone's just going in there, I mean, what happens if someone just kind of like hops in and like bombs your stuff and just starts like, rickrolling? Ooh, that's a good idea.
There we go.
Hey, Danny, send me one of those invites.
So the first troll has happened.
Apparently, like Chris Rock's on it, Kevin Hart, Drake.
I just sent it to you, Steve. So now you're in.
So what do I do?
Well, all right. If those guys,
so what do I do?
If those guys are on there, then there must be a way to stop that stuff you said, Steve. Because there's no way Chris Rock is going to put up with every moron just rickrolling him.
That's very true.
Yeah. You think Oprah's going to deal with that? No. So maybe there is something to this then if you can control it.
So I got to download this stupid app, huh?
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, download the app, and then it like verifies you by your phone number, because that's how I sent it to you, and then you're in.
Nice. And then I can just talk to people.
There we go. Just go ahead. Just do it, buddy.
In a weird way with the pandemic and everyone not being able, this could be like an app that will do well because people are just starving for some kind of human interaction.
Okay, and if you don't want to be seen.
Right.
And I do notice that. I mean, whenever we have our meetings, only half of the people, maybe even less than half of the people who go to our meetings show a picture.
Oh, I don't, because I'm typically like doing something else.
Yeah, and I
was working out at the last one, and I was like, I was so scared that my mic would get unmuted and you guys would hear me grunting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
So I was like trying not to grunt too loud.
See, that's why it's so ridiculous to have these meetings. It's like not everybody wants to go.
True.
Because, I mean, I feel like they should be mandatory that you see a picture, or just let people not go. Or maybe the best way is just to let people be not seen. I just look at it like, well, what's the point if you don't see anybody? Why am I at this dumb meeting?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it, man. Sometimes I'm just like, why do I want to look at those people's pictures of people staring at someone giving a meeting?
Yeah, I kind of like to see the person talking at least, but then
I like watching you because I always want to see what kind of like facial. I want to see if you're going to show like your true colors.
Oh,
sometimes these meetings are just torture. And I want to see like if BJ's going to react to
I'm trying to be on my best behavior.
He just smiles and kind of listens, and then but it looks like you're sitting in like a command center because you have all your board games behind you.
Yeah,
it looks like it's my favorite thing to watch.
And then when things are going bad, like there was one that had like some audio issues with the "Can you hear me now?" kind of situation. You're like making like silly faces, like "Can you hear me?" Like you're like doing like a waka kind of look on your face.
Yeah, I'm always trying to help bring some lightness to the room. Yeah,
because I don't know why, but on these meeting apps, I pull it up on my phone and it only shows X amount of faces and I can't change the faces.
Yes.
And you're like dead center.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm glad I'm dead center on it.
I'm part of your top 5.
You're like right in the middle, man.
Nice. I love that. Well, lots of people have worked on projects in their free time because of the pandemic. But this one dude, boy, did he take it to another level. He built a basketball court, a gym, and a roller coaster. You're going to hear from this guy at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
New on Curiosity Stream. Deformed trees, mutated wildlife, and no humans for miles. 10 years after the disaster at Fukushima, see what this irradiated ecosystem can teach us about nuclear fallout on Radioactive Forest. Plus, looking for the most diverse marine life on the planet? Dive into the Coral Triangle and experience a frenzy of wildlife you've got to see to believe on nature's greatest secret. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. All right, so, the pandemic, it hit. We all had to figure out what to do. Well, this one guy, man, I mean, the parks were closed in Florida, so this guy was like, you know what, I know what I'm going to do. He built a full basketball court for his kids to play on since they couldn't go to the parks anymore. Then the gyms closed down. He's like, oh, man, so what did he do? He built them a gym.
Damn.
And
Dad of the year.
Yeah, he is Dad of the year, man. And now he's finished his latest project, a 310-foot roller coaster in the woods behind their house. Here's Scott. His name is Scott. Here he is talking all about it.
When the pandemic came in, they shut the parks down, so I built a basketball court for my son. Then they shut the gyms down. We built a gym. Actually, the roller coaster started about 2 months ago. It took about 4 or 5 days to get it done. They can't do nothing. We built this for a playland. It's something for them to do. I mean, staying inside is crazy.
This guy's out of control.
I would have done that too, but I just don't have woods behind my house. So,
that's what it is.
I was going to I had all these plans to build a roller coaster in West Seattle and just didn't.
That's the problem. You get more property in Florida.
Yeah,
clearly.
Exactly.
Yeah, looking at it, it almost feels like a CrossFit type gym. Like it's in like a warehousey type of garage setup.
Yeah.
And then there's the basketball court on the outside, and it even says because their last name is Frigga.
Yeah.
And it says Frigga time on the court. Tyme, of course.
I wonder if this dude, I don't know if this dude also, he lost his job or if he was just able to work from home, but he probably was like, I got to get out and do something. Because imagine, it would drive me crazy, I think, to have to be around the whole family all the time.
Well, yeah, he's probably just like, I'll go outside, I'm going to work on a roller coaster. You're going to do what? I'm working on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
This is great, man. I wish I lived near this guy. This roller coaster is pretty sweet, although it doesn't look like it would be suitable for a guy around 200 pounds.
Oh, sorry about that.
It looks like it's for children.
Yeah. Oh. Well, he was, I guess.
Had fun with that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Right?
I mean, how would you even know how to build a roller coaster? And he did it.
Oh, I'm sure there's a YouTube tutorial out there on how to build a roller coaster. Or if you just are good with your hands, you probably could figure it out.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm not good with any of it. And I don't think I would trust YouTube for something that big.
So what the hell are they going to... It took them 4 or 5 days to make this roller coaster.
That's shorter than I would expect.
Yeah. Wow. These kids, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how popular they are, but I feel like their popularity will go up a little bit because all of a sudden you're like, hey, did you hear the Time family? They've got a roller coaster in their backyard.
It's the worst time because they can't go over. But, someday they'll be able to.
Yeah. I mean, this thing will be around for a minute, I'd imagine.
I hope so. As a parent, I don't know if I want my kids riding Slappy's roller coaster. It only took me 4 days to build it. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to pass.
I don't think my father would ever do that. I love my dad, don't get me wrong, but like build anything of that level. You know what I mean? Like just like the idea of him like just sitting outside just solely for his kids to create a roller coaster, that seems like a lot of effort and a lot of curse words that my dad would say if he had it. He'd probably do it begrudgingly if my mom made him, but he would curse a lot about it.
Oh yeah, I could appreciate that.
I feel like if my dad had like all the time in the world, like retired, I feel like this would be something he would do. Like, it's like, oh, let's just try it, especially if you had one of us helping him. But I can definitely see him doing this for my soon-to-be adopted little brother. Because we do, like, the craziest stuff for him. We buy him everything.
Yeah, like, if Tatum asked me to do it, I'd be like, yeah, but you're going to have to sign this waiver first before I let you on it. Because I can't promise you that Dad's really good with creating and making things.
That's the thing.
I got duct tape. I can make it happen.
That's the thing. I remember my dad got a bonus and had a choice between a new car and a new above-ground swimming pool. And he did it for the kids, so he got the above-ground swimming pool. But his best buddy did not have the money and he came over, and I'll never forget it. I remember, man, back then you slapped a kid for being a smart aleck. And I just kept, because I knew my father's best friend wasn't the brightest guy in the world. He's a good guy, but I'm going, do you think you really have the smarts to build this? I said this probably at about 10 or 11 years old, and there was a backhander for that one, but it was worth it. Because, you know what? Because my concerns came to fruition, because my dad, even though he basically got someone else to build it professionally, he did go help his best friend build a swimming pool. So the best friend says, oh, I see what they did here. I can build one of these. And he did. an above ground swimming pool. You know, if you know, it was 48. You know, for whatever it was 4 feet long, for whatever, even longer than 4 feet, probably 48 feet, and he flooded out his neighborhood.
Wait, 48-foot long pool?
I'm trying to think. Is it 24 foot? Maybe it was 24 foot.
Yeah, 48. That's gigantic.
Yeah, so it's probably 24.
Still very big.
Yeah,
I think we had like a 10-foot pool when we were kids, like a circumference of 10 feet.
Ours was rectangular, so I think it was 24 foot. Maybe it was 12 foot, Steve. I don't know how long it was, but it was a good size. I mean, us kids could play in it.
I'm looking at there are big ass pools out there.
Yeah,
just go to bigasspools.com.
So this dude said he could do it on his own, and he flooded because the amount of gallons in however big that pool was, he flooded out the neighborhood because it sprung a leak. Because only him and my dad built it.
So wait, when the bonus was either you get a pool or you get a new car?
Like he had money to buy one or the other.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn.
And my mother was pushing him towards, because my dad never had a new car in his entire life, and he had to be he was at least like in his 50s, never had a new car.
I was like all pumped about the gift card to Trapper Sushi, and this guy's getting a damn car.
Yeah, he got a good bonus that year. And so, he couldn't have bought a whole car.
Times have changed, man.
He could have put a down payment on the car.
Okay, fair.
But instead, he used the money and bought a swimming pool.
Still.
Yeah, I know. It was pretty. It was.
I can't buy a pool with that Trapper Sushi gift card.
No, you can't. No, times have changed. But he worked. Back then he had a pension. Companies took care of you. That's how life was back then.
The good old days.
Yeah, and So that's you got to be careful with those folks that say I can build something.
One person says, "Wait till homeowners insurance finds out about this roller coaster." Yeah, you probably don't tell them about that one, huh?
Well, they don't care. They're not going to cover it. That's the bottom line is this, is if somebody gets hurt, they'll go, I got some news for you, sir. Not on your policy. Yeah. You're on your own.
We've all been to those midways, the carnivals that build the roller coasters for the state fairs. Yeah. So, it's pretty much the same thing, right? They put them together in like a day.
Sure.
I grew up going to Action Park, and there's a documentary about how dangerous that park is that just came out recently.
Yeah.
Which I think is just the funniest thing, watching it back, and I'm thinking, at the time as a kid, this was just what you did. Like, we didn't think anything of it. Yeah, it was like we would get hurt sometimes on some of their rides, but that was just part of the appeal. Like, do you have the cojones to get on this ride? And we would all be like, yeah, let's do it. And if all of us made it through injury free, we're like, that was a great day at Action Park.
That's amazing.
Or if someone got hurt that you didn't care about, that was a great day at Action Park.
That explains much.
Yeah.
Oh, the good old days.
I still can't believe, I watched back that documentary, I can't believe my parents were okay with us just going to this place. It was a death trap.
What is it about water parks, though? I feel like, because there was one in Albuquerque called The Beach, and they would the beach water park, and it had the wave pool and stuff, but there was a couple of slides, like the black hole, and they would tell you, do not pick your head up in this thing, because there's things that are hanging down that can slice your head open. So just make sure you lay back the whole time.
Right.
It's how are you still open? I don't get it.
I think any water park, you're there's no guarantee, because the water's going to do what it does.
The times have changed, though. Parents also let their kids run around without even talking to them. There was no cell phones, and you wouldn't see your kid for hours on end.
Yeah.
And now, Helicopter Central, you have got, even with the phones, kids still can't be as autonomous as they used to be at as young of an age as it was.
I look back on one time, my brother and I were grabbing the brooms in our house, or anything that had a wood stick, kind of like a shovel, and then my parents were like, my mom, not my dad. My dad was probably working, and she's like, what are you guys going to do? And we're like, we're going to go ride our bicycles and joust with our friends. And her response wasn't, don't do that, it's dangerous. It was, well, make sure you're home in time for dinner. And that was that's all that mattered.
Yeah, how crazy is that? You literally you could impale somebody with those damn things.
Yeah. We call it, sometimes we call it Star Wars, though. Those are our weapons. And we would ride our bikes, and we were pretending that those were our little, very good imagination. Also extremely dangerous.
Yes. And just be home in time for dinner. That's all I care.
And bring the broom back, too, while you're at it.
Yeah. So you are bleeding to death. Well, at least there's the dinner table. That's all I care about. Yeah, those were some special times that will probably never happen again.
No, and no one in the neighborhood ever batted an eye to it. There's just a bunch of random children with brooms in their hands, riding their bicycles really fast at each other to see who can knock the other one off the bike.
No, nobody thought anything of that.
They're probably all drunk.
Well,
the neighbors, not the kids.
Yeah, well, I know in my neighborhood I could say that. Lots of drinking going on in my neighborhood.
Yep.
Got a new survey. Turns out about 70% of us say we have done a ton of self-reflection over the past year, and they're planning on emerging from quarantine as a new person.
Oh, like a butterfly.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
I'm going to grow a mustache.
That's what's going to make you a new person?
Dude. Steve.
That's your self-reflection?
No, I'm not doing that. I can't.
You can't grow a mustache?
Well, I mean, I physically can.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just not going to because, I want some sweet kisses from the wifeski.
Oh, I believe in you, though.
Well, she's not going to want to give me them.
No, it's not going to happen.
We've had this conversation, Rev. She does not like how I look with a mustache.
Yeah, we just had this conversation about her. She doesn't like hair at all.
No, she likes me. Well, yeah, she likes me to be hair-free. From the neck up.
Oh, okay. There we go.
This isn't one of those kind of conversations.
I don't even know what to talk about there.
Well, I don't have any like context to tell her. Like we haven't had that conversation. What she wants me to do grooming wise on there. She seems fine with what I got.
I also didn't need to know that either.
Well, I thought you did. You looked like you did.
No, I'm just.
You look kind of confused, like you needed more information.
No, I did not. Look, I was confused that this even was a conversation.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were about to ask me the question, so I was just trying to save you the word space.
I just decided to let your wife doesn't want you with she wants your hair free. I thought that covered it. And didn't need to go into, actually, no, there are parts she loves hair on, or I don't know.
My bad. I totally misread the room.
Yeah, you did. Well, I'm not too sure you're going to emerge a better person.
So do you want to come out of the pandemic looking different or acting is there anything that you want to change?
I don't think this is about looks. I think
What is it about?
This is about you as a being. Self-reflection is not about looking in the mirror and going, hey, I should get a mustache.
Well, I mean, it might be part of it.
Well, I'm going to look at the top 7 things that people are going to do.
Okay.
Well, surprisingly, it's not about anything physical as far as how you look.
Oh.
I think that's probably what self-reflection's about. You're really thinking about the deeper issues, maybe not being so, self-conscious about your appearance or being hairy.
All right. Well, give me some context. I don't understand.
Well, how about this? Some people feel like they're going to see or speak to their family more because of all this. Like they've had time to think and reflect and go, yeah, I haven't been able to see them. And now that I can't see them, I'm not allowed to because of the rules, all of a sudden you feel like a prisoner and go, man, I should see them more.
Do you also think on the flip side that maybe they're talking to people that they hadn't talked to more because they were bored, so they got on Zoom calls and, you know what I mean? And they're like, oh, I forgot, and Cheryl's actually not a pain in my ass.
That could be. Not on the list, but you know what? I'll go with it.
Okay.
Yeah. And also speaking our mind more truthfully. Well, I've never had that problem.
No,
you have not.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and be more opinionated on social media. That's what it means, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Number 3 is something that people want to do that I've said they should do for the longest time, and I do it.
Oh.
And it has to do with work or maybe not working.
Vacation.
Yeah. Now people are saying they're going to take more vacation time, which I have banged that drum for years, saying we're the most under-vacationed nation in the world, and it's time to take more vacation time.
Plus, I mean, the fact that we can't do anything, we can't really go anywhere. So now it's just the minute we can, I think a lot of people are just going to be going just crazy for a vacation.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. People say they're going to be more confident. I guess being alone and by yourself and not being with anybody allows you to be more confident. I guess if you with self-reflection, I don't know.
Well, if there was a time to reset, a lot of times people are like, well, I'm just stuck in my ways. It's a lot of people just forgot how people are because you're not around them anymore. So this is the time to make that reset.
Yeah. Yeah. Being more creative. People want to do that. My wife actually started pulling out the paints again and started painting again. She used to do it back in the day, and I know a lot. I've seen a lot more people post on Facebook with showing with the crafts and painting that they're doing.
What's her style? Is she abstract? Is she
Well, currently she's painting carrots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
carrots?
And she's messing with watercolors. There's a woman on the internet that shows you how to paint carrots, and so she's following the woman on the internet.
Watercolor carrots. I want to see these.
Well, it's like a still life. You've never heard of people just painting the flowers and fruit?
Oh, those are cool.
Oh, now they're cool.
Well, I never said they weren't. I was just kind of just.
Well, it's a little silly when you're just saying she paints carrots.
My wife, she's big into painting carrots, watercolor style. It sounds odd.
I thought she was just really into Easter.
Right. If I told you today, if I came in today, I'd be like, you won't believe what my wife's into. Painting carrots. You would also think that was kind of strange.
I guess you guys didn't do a whole lot of artwork. I mean, to me, that's it's part of you paint usually inanimate objects, fruit, vegetables, things like that.
I think everyone's first thought is flowers when you think of an inanimate object that people are painting. So to say carrots.
Well,
is it like this style?
That's exactly what she painted.
Oh, those are sick.
Yeah, and she actually did a pretty good job. She made it look just like that. And the lady on the internet or YouTube told her how to do it.
Well, if she decides to make it into a business, she could get $31.99 for it. That's what they're selling them for. Yeah.
Somebody is selling that watercolor carrot picture?
Yeah.
She's
kitchen decor.
Yeah, she could put that in her kitchen right now then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's what she's doing. People are also taking better care of their mental health. Well, we've been banging that drum for the longest time.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's like you're probably like it's like poop or get off the pot kind of a thing. It's like, okay, I got to figure this out because you don't have the distractions that you used to have to probably keep your mind off of those things.
Well, and especially with how big telehealth has gotten lately, with you could literally just jump on a Zoom call or call, so you don't even have to leave your house to talk to a therapist now. Whereas like before, it was harder to find some. You know what I mean?
And we have seen just how effed up we all are. The fact that you put a lot of stress on us because, you should be able to survive stressful situations, like especially something like a pandemic. It should have been a unifying event. I have to tell you, in the past, things like this, these global problems end up being unifying, and you saw that, in fact, it was not that at all. It was one of the most divisive things of all this pandemic, and that means we're just not mentally healthy. Because if we were more mentally healthy, I think we wouldn't have been so divisive about this. We would have been like more kumbaya. Let's all band together and beat this.
I truly think though that if social media existed back in like the Spanish flu days or the measles or something like that, we would have had a similar reaction that we have now. I think a lot of people kind of feed into other people, and then you just kind of like. You kind of just like, get inspired or just get distracted by others and their opinions. And then all of a sudden it just kind of becomes this downward spiral
and yet
of arguing and no one can see eye to eye and no one wants to work together.
And we can't seem to let it go because we all do seem to have that opinion, Steve. I mean, I think people are realizing exactly what you said, and yet we're so addicted to these social media, the phone. I mean, we just can't get rid. I mean, look, Vicky's out of control for TikTok.
But more importantly, to go back to the painting in your wife, someone suggested that she could have a fake name, like a stage name for when it comes to her painting stuff.
Yeah, what would that be?
Boob Ross.
Oh, really? That's funny, huh?
Yes. That's very funny. You don't think that's funny? A female painter by the name of Boob Ross?
I'd watch it.
Oh, yeah.
The Joy of Painting with Boob Ross.
I'd subscribe to that OnlyFans.
I don't know. What was it? I didn't quite catch the name again. What was it?
Boob Ross.
Oh, Boob, yeah.
Here I am painting some happy little carrots.
Yeah. Okay. Boy, you guys really all like that. Okay.
It's not a knock on your wife. It's just a name.
Thanks. All right.
Well, if someone suggested that, I think it's great.
Yeah, someone suggested that. That's great. One of our.
You should run it by your wife.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to her today about it. Sure.
I don't think you're going to.
No, I'm not going to. You're absolutely right. All right. Well, anyway, this happy little tree over here yesterday did get this one right.
Harrisburg is the capital of what state?
Virginia?
No.
Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Apparently, there's already a Boob Ross on YouTube.
Oh, sorry.
Damn it.
And she paints dongs.
Of course she does.
You know there had to be somebody like that in existence. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
All right, and Vicky's loving it because Vicky's got the, she's got the mentality of a 12-year-old. There you go. Jesus. That's what I work with it. Not that I should, you guys all liked it, so really no one's going to feel sorry for me. You want a shot at beating Steve? Sure, go ahead. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs at 847 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another question from a listener. I'm getting my wages garnished. Can bankruptcy help with that?
Absolutely. One of the big reasons people file bankruptcy is because they have a judgment or a lawsuit against them, or their wages are getting garnished, and so they can't pay their other regular ongoing bills. People sometimes think that you can't file bankruptcy once they have a judgment against them or once a garnishment has started, and that's not true. Filing bankruptcy will immediately stop any garnishment that you have going, except for child support, and stop your creditors from continuing on with garnishments of your bank account, your wages, and in most cases will discharge that liability through the bankruptcy process. And we can file a bankruptcy case for you usually the day you come in.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.